Well, hello, this is Mr. Berkey. I'm getting you guys ready for physics. I'm going to start a YouTube. I'm going to start figuring out how to do YouTubes. Okay, so you don't have to catch me during class, but you still got to do attendance. So you still got to show up for that. Okay, so, yeah, watch the stream for an announcement about tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow the Pete is out, so it's cold, and I'm working in Mrs. Berkey's room in the middle school. So, okay. So for physics, let me switch to the document camera. Let's switch cameras and double check for my mic and video. Okay, it looks like I am good. So what we did, so remember we talked a little bit about, we had a couple things we were trying to get rid of or get ready for. We were trying to, because I'm going to do a little bit, because we did, I guess we did a little bit with angle and period the other day. Okay. And today we're going to go over, I think I'll go review that one really fast, and then I will go over the length versus time, length versus period. Okay, so where are you guys? Where is, gotta find the link that we've been using lately. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's go back to our meeting here. Oops, wrong screen. Okay, so we've been doing this one. Oops, not focusing. Oops. Let's see if I'll focus on that. Okay, I think that's better. Okay. So first off, so on this one, what you're trying to do is you're trying to linearize this one, find the mathematical relationship between the length of a pendulum and the time for one swing of the pendulum. Okay. So what we found, and found the relation. Nope, didn't find the relationship on this one. I didn't write it down. Okay. So let us, where are you? Where did I go here? Okay, so let me share my screen. I think that's the one I want. Share. Oops, quick graphing program. Okay, that's what I want here. Okay, so we're going to be working on the screen, and my document camera is kind of going over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this data into the screen here. Things I change. So let's call it, I change length. So length in, we did it in was measured in meters. Okay. We did, oops, that should be parentheses and parentheses. This would be time in seconds. And I did, now this one was kind of nice. All the lengths were, oops, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, 0.0. Okay. So this one, obviously, there is a non-constant relationship. 0.08, 89, 89, 1.1009, 1.2712, 1.4212, 1.5569, 1.6816, 1.7977, 1.9064, and 2.0099. And I think there was a comma missing on one of these. Right there. Period. Okay. Zero point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What is going on with this one? Okay, that's the oddball one right there. Okay. So you stop and look at that and you go, set axes. Let's manually, I think let's make Y max 3. Oops. And let's set our X max to 2 and manually scale. And if you stop and look at that, okay, so you look at that relationship. It's a nice smooth curve. Looks like we connected the dots, so it looks like some sort of function. So if you stop and look at that, so remember, go back to our graphical method summary. Okay, you had, remember, there's 5 of them. No relationship. That's what I was trying to hope you, when we did that for the mass versus period, nothing. We did it with the angle versus, that was a cubic relationship. Okay. When we get to small angles, it's going to be no relationship. So I'll kind of go over that one. That one's kind of an interesting one. This one is an obvious one. So then we had top opening parabola, we had side opening parabola, and inverse parabola. Okay. So it's an increasing function. As the length increases, time increases. You could sit down and look at it and try to figure out, what does it look like? Well, let's look at the curve fit. Okay. And it sure does look like it's just kind of swooping over here. Sort of looks like a square root. And like, if you do it, they got a nice something. It sure does go. But how do we know for sure that it's that? Okay, we don't. Okay, so let's turn it off. What you do to prove that this relationship is a square root relationship, how do we linearize it? That's the point that you're proving it. Remember, go back to that second column on that table. What did you do? You modified the y. You graphed y squared versus x. So let's do the y squared. Okay. And let me reset the axis back to automatic. So hopefully it'll be, it's not very good, isn't it? 1.40, 1.0. Actually, I guess I'm going to make this, why is the x so huge? Let's make it 1.5. Make it more obvious. You sit down there, I was like, dang, that looks sort of like a line to me. Okay, that's the point. When you linearize it, you prove that
is a side opening parabola. So you curve fit the data, your linearization, you look at the correlation coefficient, dang, 1.000 to what? How many zeros in there? Yeah, it's like you could have 0.69 and round to 1. Dang. In this NaN business, that means not a number. It actually on the computer, it means it's so dang small, I know there's something there, but it's so dang small, I can't put, it's not quite equal to 0, but it's, when you actually look at it, it's 0, okay? So, we got to here. So if you look at it, so it's actually going to be, so y is going to be the time squared is equal to 3.039 times length. So this is so this pendulum experiment was a nice way of showing that there's an interesting relationship here. So we just linearized it, okay? So let me go back to, I got too many things open here. Okay, so let me stop presenting. Let me just sort of walk us through this little bit right here. Okay, so when we graphed, okay, so our independent variable was L in meters. Our dependent variable was capital T in seconds. We had this, if we kind of looked at it, it kind of looked like that. Okay, it sure does look like a side opening parabola, like it's actually a square root function. Okay, but how do you linearize it? Well, you graph. Remember, that's x and y. You're going to graph t squared in seconds squared, and it's still going to be length in meters. And we have, remember, it's not a number. It sure does look like a super duper teeny tiny number. So let me write the equation down there. So t squared equals 4.039. We got to put the units. L plus 0. Now, what's the units of seconds squared, of t squared? Well, it is seconds squared. Now, I can go ahead and drop that. Now, what's the unit of this one? This is, now remember, so this is a run, this is a ride. So it's seconds squared per meter, because length is in meters. Okay. Now, this is obviously, the y-intercept is obviously way smaller than 5% of that number. Actually, we square it, it'd be like 4. 10, like 0.24. That square is going to be around 4. 10% would be 0.4. Half of that would be 0.2. So this is way smaller than 0.2, so we can ignore that. Okay, that's what you're going to be trying to prove, that relationship is this thing. Okay, that was the point of this exercise here, was being able to see a table of numbers and come up with the relationship here. If you're, okay, so like on the quiz, on the test, we are going to have a test next week. Okay, towards the end of next week. When we are going over that, there are going to be problems like this where you have to find the relationship on this one. We already did a quiz on this. Now we're going to be in the chapter test for this. Okay, so that's the relationship. Being able to find, getting a table of numbers. I'll probably give you like something like 5 data points, and you guys, okay, we'll have to figure out what it is. Okay, we got something a little crazy last semester, but okay, it'll be just one of those 5. All right, so, okay, well actually let's go back and do the other one that we talked about last week. Okay, well actually let's stop it with that one, and I will post it with, I'll make another video with the other one here. So I will be back in a next video here. Bye-bye.